I think that's the key right there, is listening. Not just getting on that chill vibe, but a quiet, purposeful listening. When I first started meditating with Gwen and Peter, they're just staring right at me. And when I say that, when you're in the presence of an owl and they're staring right in your eyes, right at you, it feels like they're peering right into your soul. And I'm not kidding. It really does. And so when you think about this other creature actually peering into your soul, like, what is it looking for in me? A, that it's uncomfortable with, and B, that I need to deal with, That was the thing. I would sit there and I'd be meditating and in my, just relaxed state, and I'd open my eyes, and then there they were, monk, looking right at you. And I had to start thinking about that. What do I need to examine about me? A, to make them comfortable. And B, to get to this next spot where I'm healing something else. There's always one other thing. Because the world has never not been a shit show. It's never not been a shit show. It's one thing about nature tells you is everything's always in flux. Like prey, sometimes there are years of plenty and years of famine. You just got to get used to it. And just flow with whatever it is that's happening. And breathe. Yeah, just relax into it. It's going to be okay. That's what they tell you. It feels, it's not just the calming presence of them. That is reassuring that, things are going to be okay. It's a tradition throughout history. I mean, even our ancient gods are associated with these creatures. We were looking up, Mothman was supposed to be a 4-foot owl, and there were actually 4 to 5 foot owls in the archaeological record in the Caribbean and southeastern United States. I think they're Bubo gigantus cubanus or something. Anyway, Cuban giant owl. They're just huge. So there are actually record of giant owls out there. And it makes me wonder about other things and how things get misinterpreted. About how, big eyes mean aliens and UFOs, and how easy that is to put one thing on another thing, even though there may not be connected, or there is a connection and it's completely misinterpreted, kind of like everything about ancient aliens and aliens and old gods. That's a whole other discussion, but all the old gods, Athena, Hecate, Artemis, all the magic. In fact, there's two, what do they call them? Taxonomy families of owls. One is Bubos, which comes from Athena's owl of wisdom, and Strix, which is magic or witch. And those are the Strix is the smaller owls, and Bubos are the greater owls, like the great horned owl is Bubo virginianus, which is not lost on me that virginal goddesses are many times associated with owls and wisdom. So there's definitely a magic there in all of them, and the messages about them being messengers throughout history in Native American lore, ancient lore, in many, many different civilizations in anthropology. So that they're the messengers of the, not only of the gods, but the messengers between worlds. That they can see and hear so many things that we can't. Like they see in ultraviolet, which is really fascinating because owl feathers are ultraviolet. They glow different colors in ultraviolet. Like Western screeches, I think, are blue and pink, and great horns are like green and orange. It's really neat to see. If you do a Google search of ultraviolet owls, especially when they're young, their light grows bright, and I think that's so that the parents can see them easiest and keep eyes on them when they're, fledging, when they're still parenting. But it's also how they can see each other in the dark. It also makes me think about how many things of like ultraviolet and infrared goggles, there's so many stories about people seeing things like jinn and other spiritual creatures, species, through these other lenses of light. What are the owls seeing? And because they hear so well, what are they hearing? It's like, your dog when it's barking at the wall or the ceiling, or the cat's just staring at something, or a baby that's talking to an invisible figure. I think we have those capabilities, but we shut them off, or we're just not listening, or we're just not looking correctly. Anyway, I think there's ways that we can get connected with those things. Anyway, that's my ramble. That's my owl ramble. Owl ramblings. Magic. Whoop, 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 whoop.